You're watching the Section 5 Broadcast Network, produced by Varsity Media.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors & Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors & Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors & Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
Coming into Lattimore on a daily basis is the highlight of my day. You know, we'll have patients coming in. As soon as they hit the physical therapist, we introduce ourselves and, you know, we bring them back, and you see a whole bunch of patients who are in pain, laughing and smiling and having a great time. And almost for that 1 hour that they're with us in PT, they're forgetting about all their problems. When you're lost with pain, reducing your quality of life, and then somebody there says, I can help you, there's no better feeling than that.
Pittsford Pub and Grill is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Located at 60 North Main Street in Pittsford, you can dine in or use our convenient curbside pickup option. Our 15 TVs offer plenty of entertainment, including a variety of sporting events. We offer daily specials and a great Friday night fish fry. You can also contact us to book your holiday party now. Check us out at thepittsfordpub.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the University of Rochester here at Fauver Stadium for the Eddie Meath All-Star Game here in Section 5, the West versus the East All-Stars. The best seniors in both football and cheerleading have gathered here tonight in Section 5 to square off one last time, and all proceeds for tonight's game will go to Golisano Children's Hospital, raising money for a great cause. I'm Mike Rose here with you on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. Looking forward to bringing you all the action here tonight, and should be an interesting contest. As I said, some of the best players in all of Section 5 on hand for this one. Many of the players for the sectional champions obviously unable to participate with the Far West Regionals taking place just yesterday, last night for the most part, and Attica in action tonight, but many of them still made the trip. And you see on your screen now the team wearing their colored uniforms. That is the West All-Stars. The team in white will be the East All-Stars, and everybody wearing their own uniform, so we'll do our best to identify all of these players here tonight throughout the broadcast. Both teams have taken the field, they've done the coin toss, and we're now set for the playing of the national anthem.
Time to remove your hats and face the flag. Here the scoreboard is in honor of American, our military men and women serving across the country and around the world with the playing of our national anthem.
And with that, we are just about ready for some football here at Fauver Stadium. As I mentioned, some of the best in all of Section 5 here tonight. All seniors in this game, and even though not being able to suit up tonight, and you see the cheerleaders, all the best cheerleaders in Section 5 that are seniors here as well. And even though they all can't participate tonight, I do spot in the sideline in front of me the Batavia, the Oakfield, Alabama Elba, as well as I believe the Hilton players, at least a few of them who were selected to play in this game that have made the trip out for the experience nonetheless. And Hilton and Batavia still going to have some more games in front of them as they were victorious last night in their Far West regional contests, and they'll move on to the state semifinals this upcoming weekend. The East All-Stars will start with the football in this game, and we'll take a look and see who gets the starts for both of these teams. And both teams taking the field now, and we are just about ready to get underway. East versus West here at the Eddie Meath All-Star Game in Section 5. Getting set to kick this one away is Emmett Storrs from Warsaw.
Warsaw's Emmett Storrs set to kick it off for the West All-Stars.
And here we go. Good kick from Storrs, and it'll be fielded just inside the 10, and with a little bit of a lane that's shut down, and on the return there, it appeared to be Torrance Washington for Webster Schrader, the electrifying wide receiver, as well as return man for the Warriors, who finished as the number 1 seed in Class A1 this season before falling in the sectional final to Hilton. And so here we go, our first look at the offense here for East, and in at quarterback is Carter Earl from Penn Yan Dundee, the Class C Offensive Player of the Year. And he will be in the gun here on first down and 10. Looks to his left, and he'll throw to Washington, stumbling and trying to cut through the middle of this defense before he is bottled up at about the 26-yard line. And get to see some great combinations here tonight. Carter Earl's got to love having Torrance Washington on the outside. I'm sure he wished he had him out there all season long. So it'll be second down and 7 after a gain of 3. Earl in the gun here on second down. Going to be a handoff, and bursting ahead close to the first down marker and getting there. On the carry there, that is Mike Daniels from East Rochester Gananda, the electrifying running back and receiver for the Bombers, who made a run to the sectional final this year as well, and he had a monster game in that sectional final, scoring the Bombers' only touchdown in that contest. First down, Earl looking deep downfield, thrown, and it is caught. What a catch down the sideline in traffic as we take a look at this one more time. Earl faked the screen to Washington and launched it down the sideline, and a great catch there in traffic. And I believe that's Jackson Green from Pittsford, the all-world wide receiver. And they're actually going to say it was intercepted. It was intercepted in there. Green couldn't come up with it. Take a look at this one more time. Earl down the sideline. And, I mean, it looks like dual possession there, but they're going to rule it an interception. It's going to be Yashir Evans in there for Spencerport, who they're going to give the interception. So the West offense will take the field, a turnover early in this one. as Carter Earl is picked off by Yasir Evans. That is an interesting call on that one. That was awfully close there, and I thought Green came down with it. But nonetheless, we'll see the West offense for the first time. And getting the first touch is Cam Mesh, the Spencerport running back, who was off to an unbelievable start in the beginning of the season before he suffered a injury that slowed him down a little bit. On the sweep here to the outside and cutting upfield and getting nailed is Christopher Jean from University Prep, the Class AA Offensive Player of the Year, getting involved here early, and it'll be 3rd and short. Nope, they're going to give him a first down. Jean gets enough to move the chains here. Jean led that great University Prep team who finishes #1 seed in Class AA before they fell in the sectional semifinals to Pittsford. First down and 10 here. High snap is corralled and thrown to the outside and then dropped. It's going to be incomplete. In at quarterback to start this one is Avon's Richie Bryce. For that Avon team who was last season's sectional champions. This year they were unable to overcome a highly competitive Class D.
Second and 10.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 here. Bryce in the gun. Another high snap. It's on the ground, and it's still up for grabs, and Mesh is able to scoop it up, and he turns it into positive yardage. Cam Mesh saves the day on that one, and it's going to be a 3rd down and long as he works his way up to the 50-yard line.
They're recovering the fumble, results in the gain of a yard. The 3rd down and 9.
Take a look at this one again, man in motion, and Bryce. Snap just going a little too high. Bryce only 5'11" out there and too tall over his head on the snap. So 3rd down and 9 here. Another high snap. Bryce corrals it and scrambles towards the line of scrimmage, and he's dragged down, and going to bring up 4th down here as the West All-Stars are unable to cash in off that interception. They'll have to punt it away. Handling the punting duties here will be Juan Rivera, and he sends it sky high up in the air. Very short kick that's going to take a very favorable bounce for the East All-Stars, and they will set up past the 40-yard line at the 42, their own 42, as they retake the field, and we'll see if Carter Earl remains in at quarterback, if we see some new players mix in here on this second offensive possession.
42-yard line. They'll take over 1st and 10 with 8:55 up in the first quarter.
Does look like Earl will remain in the game at quarterback, and it looks like joining him in the backfield for the first time will be Rush Henrietta's Evan Brock. Fake to Brock, and Earl's going to keep it and scrambling forward, and he's going to pick up 2 yards. Carter Earl, a part of that great Penn Yan Dundee team, who enjoyed a lot of success this season before falling in the sectional semifinals to eventual champion Attica, who's in action tonight, trying to move on in the Far West Regional, taking on Lackawanna. 2nd down and 8, Earl in the gun. Going to look to his right and throw the screen, and it's blown up. Tackled in the backfield, and a great play made there by Brock Osborne from Churchville Chili, flying in there. It's going to bring up 3rd and very long. Take a look at this one once again. Screen outside. Earl gets it there, and just reading it perfectly was Osborne, and in there to blow that play up and set up a 3rd and very long. Call it 3rd and 14. going to be a double reverse, and the ball's in the hands of Torrance Washington. And look out when he's got the ball. He maneuvers his way all the way to midfield. And it's going to bring up 4th and very short. And we'll see if they opt to go for it here. I got to believe they would. This is an all-star game after all.
Brings up 4th down and 2.
4th and 2. And right now, standing alone in the backfield is Brock, and a little bit of miscommunication on the sideline. That's going to happen in games like this with all these players unfamiliar with each other. So we'll take a quick break and come right back on the Section 5 Broadcast Network.
If you're interested in staying involved with the sports you've enjoyed over the years, we may have an opportunity for you. Section 5 Athletics is currently looking for officials for several sports. Serving as a Section 5 official provides a great way to stay active, contribute to the sports you love, and earn money while making your own schedule. Visit section5.org/officials for more information and to express your interest.
And welcome back here to Fauver Stadium at the University of Rochester. It's the East versus the West in the Eddie Meath All-Star Game as PA announcer introduces all the cheerleaders here during the timeout. Also suiting up one last time. And out of the timeout, it's going to be 4th down and short. And we'll see what the call is here for the East All-Stars. Washington in motion. Brock's going to keep it, moves forward and able to move the chains, but the ball came out at the very end as Brock put the football on the ground, and we'll wait and see what the signal is from the officials. I believe the East All-Stars got back on top of it, and they did. So 1st down on 4th down to move the chains here as we take a look at Evan Brock scrambling forward and running out of the Wildcat there, and that ball definitely came loose, and good job by the East All-Stars to get back on it. 1st down and 10. Here comes Washington in motion again. Brock's going to keep it and go left. He's got a little bit of room before he's blown up. Great tackle made in space there by Juan Rivera from Monroe.
Evan Brock on the keeper.
Rivera, part of that excellent Monroe team who made a deep run in the Class B sectional bracket before falling on an unbelievable play against Batavia, essentially a Hail Mary that ended Monroe's season, but one incredible run by that team. And a throw here, this time complete, as running out of that Wildcat once again was Brock, and he's able to complete that one over the middle, and he's able to hit Andrew Parrish.
Brock's pass complete to Mid-Lakes Andrew Parrish.
From Mid-Lakes. Mid-Lakes team that had one of their best seasons in a long time in that program's history. Got off to an undefeated start. Stumbled a bit down the stretch, but Parrish here to represent his Mid-Lakes team. Once again, 1st down, Washington in motion. It's going to be a throw deep down the sideline. Jump ball and incomplete. Good coverage in there from the West All-Stars, and I believe that is Lucas Courtney from Brockport that was in there on the coverage. So take a look at this one more time as Evan Brock letting it rip tonight at quarterback.
Brock's pass is over Daniel Johnson.
He was looking for Daniel Johnson, the wide receiver from Brighton. Good coverage there by Lucas Courtney from Brockport. 2nd down and 10. Carter Earl back in the game, and he flips it to Washington, who maneuvers forward for a minimal gain that's going to bring up 3rd down. Washington getting a workout down there. He's been in motion just about every play, as these East All-Stars trying to utilize his abilities as much as possible. One of the most electrifying talents at wide receiver you're going to see in all of New York State and certainly in all of Section 5, Torrance Washington, who had an unbelievable season for that Webster Schrader Warriors team. And we'll certainly see a couple of his teammates throughout the course of this game as well. He's going to have the ball again, and he's looking to throw Washington deep down the sideline to the end zone. Bobbled and caught. Touchdown, East All-Stars. It's Torrance Washington to Nolan Slika from Waterloo as the wide receivers hook up on a deep pass, and the East All-Stars reaching deep into the bag of tricks here early to strike first. Gotta love to see this coaching staff in an all-star setting letting these guys show off their full athletic capabilities. And Torrance Washington, we've seen him do just about everything all season long for Webster Schrader except that right there, throw the ball, and showed off a good arm there to throw a touchdown in this Eddie Meath All-Star game for the first score. Long discussion huddle here for West as they try and figure out exactly what they're going to opt to do here after the touchdown. I believe they're going to kick the extra point here, but just trying to make sure all the right guys are out there for it. It'll be Preston Whitmire from Brighton to kick this PAT. It is up, and it is good. Got to give love to the kickers as well. Whitmire makes it 7-0 as we take a look at this touchdown one more time. Earl, well, I got to tell you, that was probably should have been an illegal play because he flipped that forward to Washington, but we'll let it go. It's an all-star game, and Washington able to put the ball right in the breadbasket for Slika to haul it in for the touchdown. And who needs penalties in an all-star game? Let it rip. Get some points on the board, and Washington to Slika for our first score here in this Eddie Meath All-Star game. They continue to try and introduce all the cheerleaders there. You saw how many have come out here tonight. Also getting their last chance to come out here, and thank our sponsors for the Eddie Meath All-Star game. SEI Design Group, Connor and Ferris. Pittsford Pub and Grill, Riddell Lattimore, and New York State Elite Athletics help making this game possible here tonight. Letting all these players get one last opportunity to suit up in their senior seasons for their respective teams. And all of these players here tonight have enjoyed tremendous seasons individually as well as across their team accomplishments. Section 5 football in great form this year. So following the touchdown, getting set to kick it away, it'll be Alec Reynolds from Wayne. He tees it up and boots it deep, and it's Mesh who's going to reel it in. Mesh exploding up the middle, running into his own blockers and running them over and returning it out to the 35-yard line. Cam Mesh showing off his explosiveness. And that Spencerport team and Cam Mesh, great to see him out here and looking healthy. He had 8 touchdowns in the first 2 games of the season for that Spencerport team, and unfortunately suffered an injury, kind of derailed that season for them, but an unbelievable talent, Cam Mesh, and getting one last chance to showcase that here tonight. So here we go. It'll be Richie Bryce who remains in the game at quarterback for the West. He will hand it off here on first down, and a big gain down the sideline. Working upfield is Caden Pete from York Pavilion. A nice gain there is Caden Pete from Class D's York Pavilion making a play. These games are always great to see some of these lower classification school kids face off with the Class AA and A schools and showcase just how capable they are. Once again, it'll be Pete up the middle. Modest gain on this one. Call it about 3 up to the 49. As whistles blow there in a little bit of a pile-up at the end. And this West All-Stars team, a little more conservative so far than we've seen the East All-Stars, who have had 3 different players already attempt to pass, and 2 of them are not quarterbacks. So we'll see if they reach a little bit more into the bag of tricks here as we move on. Going deep down the sideline here, has a man in stride, and it falls incomplete. Good coverage down there. I believe that is Evan Brock. Take a look at this one more time. Richie Bryce letting it rip down the sideline and nearly able to hit his man in stride, but
Bryce's pass intended for the St. Louis Darius Poles is incomplete.
He was looking for Darius Poles from University Prep on that one, and on second down, it's Pete once again ripping off a big gain. It's going to be enough for a first down.
The West All-Stars 41-yard line good for, East All-Stars 41-yard line good for West All-Stars first down.
So it'll be first down here after the big run from Pete. This is West All-Stars team putting together their best drive of the game. Bryce in the gun. They'll go back to Pete once again, who's going to pick up a gain of about 3.
Pick up 3 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 7.
So it'll be second down and 7 here. I apologize. We do have the score right now. It is East All-Stars on top, 7-0 on top of the West. And it'll be second down here. Bryce in the gun once again. He'll fake the handoff and look to throw, and it's complete. Caught on that far sideline by Poles. Another one of those offensive weapons from that great University Prep team this season. It'll bring up a 3rd and short. You're going to see that University Prep uniform all over the field tonight for this West All-Stars, as they have sent a large contingency here tonight, rightfully so. One of the best teams in all of Class AA this season. Handoff here, and turning the corner and getting upfield is Christopher Jean, another one of those University Prep players. He picks up enough for a first down. So it's a Griffin's drive here with Cade and Pete from York Pavilion mixing in as the West All-Stars are marching down the field just outside the red zone. Bryce in the gun. They'll go right back to Gene, who's going to try to turn the corner and cut up field, and you see the speed of Christopher Gene as he's able to get all the way around and get positive yardage on that play. The Class AA Offensive Player of the Year, Christopher Gene.
Pick up 3 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 7.
You see Gene going to jog off the field here on second down, but one of the most electrifying players in all of Section 5 this season as he led his Griffins team to an undefeated regular season before falling in the sectional semifinals. Second down here. Bryce looks over the middle for Poles, and it goes through his hands and incomplete. So it'll be third down here for the West.
Bryce's pass intended.
Third down and about 6 as Richie Bryce has remained in at quarterback for the first 2 series. The senior from Avon. Can he pick up third down? He's going to hand it off to Pete, dragging defenders towards the marker, past the 20, and he's going to be just short. It'll bring up 4th and short, and no reason why the offense shouldn't stay on the field here, so we'll see if the West All-Stars can pick up the 4th down and 2. Or will this East All-Stars defense stand up? Gene's going to come back in for Pete. It'll be Christopher Jean, but he's got nowhere to go. The East defense rises up, a swarm of defenders able to get in there in the backfield, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
East All-Stars will take over first and 10 if they're on 21-yard line with 34 seconds left in the first
Take a
quarter.
look at this one once again, just a slew of defenders in there to make that play.
Pick up your refreshments, hot dogs, candy,
And this
popcorn.
East All-Stars team defensively stands up this time. Looked like it was Brandon Scott from Rush Henrietta who was one of the players in there leading the way. So it'll be first down and 10 for this East All-Stars team. Daniels back in at running back. Earl remains in at quarterback. And they will hand it to Daniels, and he is clobbered after a short gain there. And as the clock rolls down here, that could be the last play of this quarter, but we'll see how quickly the East All-Stars choose to go, and they're right back at the line. They'll run, at least they're lined up to run another play. Earl in the gun, and it looks like he's just going to go with the hard count here, and that will do it for the first quarter here from Fauver Stadium at the University of Rochester. 7-0, the East All-Stars on top of the West in the Eddie Meath All-Star Game on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
Looking for a great way to commemorate this season's sectionals? Section 5 Athletics is excited to work with Muggs & More to offer a variety of apparel options for each sport and each season. Items include graphics specifically developed to feature the sport and year, including items such as hoodies, hats, pants, and more. Apparel for each season is available for a limited time, so don't miss your chance. Visit section5.org/mugsandmore to see the many options and place your order today.
And we're back here. Eddie Meath All-Star Game, East versus West. East on top after a Torrance Washington touchdown pass to Nolan Swyka of Waterloo. Gave us the first score of the game. It's a second down and long here as we start the second quarter. And we got Brock back in at quarterback, and it's going to be tossed to the outside and making some men miss in space and working upfield.
Traders Drew Pagano's pass complete to Penfield's Austin Dillon back.
As that's Austin Dillon back from Penfield on the reception, and it's
Completion good for an East All-Stars. First down.
It's actually Pagano now in at quarterback. He bobbles the snap a little bit and hands it off up the middle, but that's Drew Pagano in at quarterback from Webster Schrader, the man who was throwing all those passes to Torrance Washington all year.
Austin Dillon back the ball carrier.
Dillon back on the carry this time. Dillon back the Penfield running back. It'll be a second down here. Pagano takes the handoff, looks to throw. He is dragged down. It's a sack in the backfield, and it's Jaden Farrell from Monroe, who was shot out of a cannon and one of the best players in all of Section 5 defensively, the Class B Defensive Player of the Year, in there to make the sack. And he is just nearly unblockable up there. He led that Monroe defense, who was a dominant unit all season long, and you see just how talented he is up front, throwing down Pagano. And Monroe team all the way to the Class B final before losing to Batavia. Farrell a big part of it. Pagano miscommunication with the receiver there, as it's going to just be launched down the sideline to no one in particular. Nolan Slyka was the receiver on that side, but he was running a short route, and Pagano thought he was running a go. And so it's going to bring up 4th down and a punting situation here for the East All-Stars, as we see some of the miscommunications that can happen with these players who have only had a couple of practices to become familiar with each other. And on the punt will be Alec Reynolds from Wayne, the kicker and punter of that Wayne team, who is in Class B as well, alongside Monroe and Batavia. And Farrell, who Reynolds has seen plenty of them, almost came in there and blocked that punt, but it just barely got away, and it'll be downed there. Well, and then Mesh decided to pick it up. The East All-Stars were trying to deflect it towards Mesh to get him to pick it up, and they eventually do before it's blown dead. And we take a look here at this season's championship contest here in Section 5, and Pembroke winning an 8-man OAE over Alexander in Class D, Attica over East Rochester Gananda, Batavia over Monroe, Canandaigua over East, Hilton over Webster Schrader, McQuaid over Pittsford. All of those teams represented across these rosters. All of the champions, unfortunately, most of those players not in uniform tonight, but we've seen plenty of action already from the players on some of those teams that fell short in those sectional finals. We saw Farrell just a couple moments ago, and Jaden Farrell probably still a little frustrated over the way his team's season came to an end, taking out a little bit of that frustration on that last sack. So we got some changes in the backfield here, and on 1st down on the carry for the West All-Stars, it is Noah Hill, who is from University Prep, but he's wearing a Rondecoy jersey. I'm not sure exactly.
On the play, it'll be 2nd down and 2.
It's a Xavier Ross at quarterback, and carry there. We're trying to do our best to keep all these players sorted out here, but a Xavier Ross from West Rondecoy, the quarterback in the game. And
Chris Virginia on the carry.
It'll be
Loss of 2 on the play.
3rd down here.
4.
Ross looks to his right, throws, and it's going to fall incomplete. Looking for Matt Renulata there on the outside from Greece Athena. So it's going to be another 4th down situation here, and Rivera will retake the field to punt this ball away. Rivera just gets that away as it's almost blocked once again. And launching in there to try and field the punt. And unable to do so, it's going to be a muff punt that's recovered by the West All-Stars. And coming away with the football is Aquinas' Ben Kingsley. So a big play on special teams made by Kingsley. And this West team with a little bit of life here with good field position now after the muff punt. Is in there to return and flying in there to make a play, I believe that's Canisteo Greenwood's Keegan Foote, who was trying to field that punt, the electrifying player in 8-man football this year. And once again, all proceeds tonight going to the Golisano Children's Hospital. Great cause here tonight to get all these players back out there and raise some money for Golisano Children's Hospital. A great event this always is this Eddie Meath All-Star game as Gene is cut down in the backfield. Good tackle made. That's
Gene on the carry. Cut down for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
So no gain on the carry there for Gene. It's going to be a 2nd down and 10. Xavier Ross handling the quarterbacking duties here in the 2nd quarter. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and the ball is loose. It was Noah Hill on the carry. He lost the football, and it's recovered by the East All-Stars. As we see who came away with the football. But the East All-Stars force a fumble right back. As a little bit of a sloppy game here with these teams a little unfamiliar with each other. And Hill, who's a quarterback by trade, coming around to hand that sweet play and put the football on the ground. And it looked like it popped into the hands of Jake Hammer from Marcus Whitman Bloomfield. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 now for the East. As Pagano hands it off on 1st down, it'll be tackle right at the line of scrimmage. That tackle made by Greece Arcadia's Gian Alaya. So 2nd down. Pagano going to throw a screen to the outside, and it's his old friend Torrance Washington, but not the success they're used to on that one, as he is bottled up in the backfield. First one in there on that one
Fouls last week to Torrance Washington.
was Jack Tonzi from Leroy. Leroy, the number 1 seed in Class C this season before falling in the sectional semifinals.
Also 3rd down and 13.
So it'll be 3rd and 13. Pagano in the gun, steps up, throws over the middle, a little behind his man, and it falls incomplete. Intended receiver there was Dylan Back from Penfield. Excuse me, that's Bobby Cameron from Fairport, the wide receiver, the intended receiver on that play. Fairport, whose season ended at the hands of University Prep in the Class AA sectionals. So another punting situation here, as these offenses starting to stall out here. Reynolds, who's getting used to having to punt this thing away, back out there. He just is able to get it away, and Gene watches it bounce and then scoops it up and able to work his way up the sideline for a short gain. It'll set his team up with 1st down from about the 46-yard line.
Reynolds punt returned by Christopher Gene. West All-Stars take over 1st and 10. And they're on a 47-yard line. So 6:36
And the 5th annual New York State Elite Athletics Football Showcase and College Fair, as all these athletes 25-plus college programs are expected to attend. 2 hours field evaluation, skills and drills. New York State Elite Athletics Football Showcase and College Fair, 5th annual. You can visit the website to register today. On 1st down, it will be a handoff to Mesh, who's carrying defenders for extra yardage out past midfield to the 47-yard line. So Cam Mesh involved quite a bit here early for this West team, who's still searching for their first touchdown as we approach the final 6 minutes of this first half. A couple of turnovers have slowed this unit down so far as
Gain of 6 on the play of the second down and 4.
Mess exits and Christopher Jean returns. And Jean will take the carry, bursting upfield and able to pick up a first down. And a coach's best friend to have a backfield as good as Christopher Jean and Cameron Mesh. And this West team also would have featured Hilton's Jeff Broadnax and OAE's Noah Courier out of the backfield. That's about as good of quartet as you could ever hope to put together any level of football. Broadnax and Courier not in uniform tonight, obviously, as they both were in action last night. Hilton victorious. OAE falling at the hands of Randolph in their Far West Regional. And on first down, it will be Jean. Jean wants to turn the corner. He gets a good block and is able to explode up the sideline. And Christopher Jean making his mark on this game, the Class AA Offensive Player of the Year, with another big run. But a flag back near the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be holding against the West All-Stars. So the first flag of the game, I believe, is going to wipe out a big run by Jean. But let's take another look at it because it was still mighty impressive. Looks like the hold was in there right in the middle. And Jean turning the corner, showing off his explosiveness. Got a good block on the outside by Tyler Mezenzall from Churchville Chili.
First down and 23.
But instead of a first down with the West All-Stars threatening, it's going to be first down and 23 all the way back on the wrong end of the 50. A tough blow. In at quarterback now is Ryan Whitney from Geneseo, and he'll look to throw. Whitney wants to go deep down the sideline for Poles. He's got him, and he holds it in. Whitney to Darius Poles, and just like that, the West All-Stars are in the red zone. Take a look at this one more time as Whitney from Geneseo, who plays in Class D, letting loose to Poles from University Prep in Class AA. And those two hook up with a big gain. First down here, Whitney will hand it off to Pete, and he's bottled up in the backfield. Nice tackle made in there by East Rochester Ganonda's Jeremy Blanchard, who had a couple of big catches in his team's sectional final against Attica. He hauled in a number of critical grabs in that game. Whitney in the gun on second and long. He's going to roll to his right, looking downfield, throws, and it is caught. Hauling that one in is Tyler Mezenzall from Churchville Chili. And so it will bring up a third down and much more manageable here for the West All-Stars.
Correction to Churchville's Tyler Mezenzall.
Got to credit these coaches getting all these players involved and into the game, working with these very deep rosters that they have here, and obviously ultra-talented rosters that they have at their disposal here tonight. So third down and short, Mesh in the backfield, Mezenzall in motion. It's going to go to Mesh, bursting forward, and he's going to pick up about one. It's going to be a fourth down and short, so the West All-Stars going to be facing a fourth down here, still trying to get on the board, potentially tie this game up here late in the first half. Whitney looks at his armband, looks at the sideline as they try and get these play calls sorted out here. Fourth down. Mesh in the backfield. Three receivers in the formation here. It's going to be Mesh powering ahead. Cam Mesh is going to have enough for the first down. It will be first and goal at the 5 as the Spencerport star running back able to move the chains. So first and goal for the West All-Stars. Can they get in the end zone here for the first time in this Eddie Meath All-Star game? Whitney in the pistol. He'll go right back to Mesh, who is bottled up after a short gain there. And a couple players in there to make the tackle. for the West All-Stars.
Gain of the yard with second down and goal from the 4.
So second and goal from the 4. It's Gene who takes Mesh's place in the backfield now next to Whitney. And it will be Gene on the carry, but the East All-Stars were all over it. Ball comes out late, but he's going to be down, and a number of players in there to make that stop. Blanchard among them, as well as Brandon Scott from Rush Henrietta in there to make that tackle.
Loss of 3 on the play.
So a 3-yard loss for Gene. And it's going to be third down and goal now. Gene splits out wide on this play. And whistles will blow, and a timeout called by the West All-Stars. So with 2:08 left, West All-Stars knocking on the door, facing third and goal. We'll step aside here on the Section 5 Broadcast Network.
Pittsford Pub and Grill is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Located at 60 North Main Street in Pittsford, you can dine in or use our convenient curbside pickup option. Our 15 TVs offer plenty of entertainment, including a variety of sporting events. We offer daily specials and a great Friday night fish fry. You can also contact us to book your holiday party now. Check us out at thepittsfordpub.com. If you're interested in staying involved with the sports you've enjoyed over the years, we may have an opportunity for you. Section 5 Athletics is currently looking for officials for several sports. Serving as a Section 5 official provides a great way to stay active, contribute to the sports you love, and earn money while making your own schedule. Visit section5.org/officials for more information and to express your interest.
And welcome back here on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. The Eddie Meath All-Star Game here in Section 5 East versus West, and the West All-Stars are knocking on the door. A big pass play from Ryan Whitney to Darius Poles. Got them down here in scoring territory, and they're now facing a third and goal from about the 7-yard line. Whitney in the gun with Cam Mesh to his right. He's going to look to throw over the middle and through the hands of his intended receiver, Tyler Mezenzall. So it's going to be fourth down and goal. As Whitney can't hook up with Mezenzall, and it looks like the field goal team is going to come out here. Emmett Storrs from Warsaw for the Wetsaw Perry team in Class C is out there to kick this one away, and his kick is up, and it is no good. No good on the field goal. Chris Shearing from Letchworth was the holder, so a little bit of continuity there with teammates on that kicking team, but it does not result in points on the board for the West All-Stars, as the field goal is no good. West All-Stars still stuck on a goose egg here. And as we take a look here at the only score of this game, and it's Torrance Washington on a passing play, just as we all predicted coming into this one, and he was able to hook up with Nolan Slika, who was able to bobble and then haul it in the end zone. The wide receiver to wide receiver passing connection hooks up there, and that is our only points here as we approach the final 2 minutes of this first half. First down and 10 for the East All-Stars, and quarterback keeper on that one is Pagano, powers forward. That's Evan Brock for Rush Henrietta, back handling some quarterback reps here. Listed on the roster as a running back, but we've already seen him put the ball in the air tonight. He's He's in the gun once again. Washington in motion. High snap. Brock reels it in, tries to turn the corner, and he's got nowhere to go as he is bottled up there. Rajon Yilmaz able to get in there for University Prep and tackle him for a loss. And a timeout called here by the West All-Stars, trying to conserve some time here to potentially put some points on the board before the half. So with that timeout, we'll take a timeout here on the Section 5 Broadcast Network.
Looking for a great way to commemorate this season's sectionals? Section 5 Athletics is excited to work with Muggs & More to offer a variety of apparel options for each sport and each season. Items include graphics specifically developed to feature the sport and year, including items such as hoodies, hats, pants, and more. Apparel for each season is available for a limited time, so don't miss your chance. Visit section5.org/mugsandmore to see the many options and place your order today.
And we're back here. Final minute 24 of the first half of the Eddie Meath All-Star Game. All proceeds tonight going to the Golisano Children's Hospital. And right now it is the East All-Stars on top. West All-Stars called that timeout, trying to conserve a little bit of time for a potential late drive here. So it's going to be 3rd down and 9 upcoming here for the East All-Stars. Looks like it's Pagano back in the game at quarterback. Pagano pumps, throws deep downfield. He's got a man. It falls incomplete. Deep down the sideline. Looked like it was Daniel Johnson that he was trying to hook up with.
Pass, and Darius Bowles is incomplete.
Let's take a look at this one more time. Pagano pumps, throws. And I believe that is Johnson, the wide receiver from Brighton, who couldn't haul it in. A Brighton team that enjoyed a strong season in Class A1 this season. They eventually fell to Hilton in the sectional semifinals. That punt is blocked. The punt is blocked. We've already seen 3 or 4 nearly get blocked tonight. This one is. And a big play made.
Alex Reynolds' punt is blocked. Church Latrella is Heather Meisensall.
As it's blocked down here on the punt, and great play made there by the West All-Stars.
East All-Stars 11-yard line. With a minute 12 left in the first half.
The only number 5 we have on that roster is Tyler Mezenzahl. I know that's not him, but it looked like a Spencerport uniform that I saw there, but nonetheless, a big blocked punt made there, and Whitney in the gun now, trying to get on the board for the first time, throwing towards Gene in the corner of the end zone. It falls incomplete.
Ryan Whitney's pass intended for City School District for Gene is incomplete.
So the West All-Stars with great field position and opportunity to finally get some points on the board. It's Geneseo's Ryan Whitney, who's led this offense throughout the second quarter. The second quarter is where we have seen most of their best offensive trips so far. They came away empty on their last trip after a missed field goal. Can they cash in here? It's Juan Rivera who joins Whitney in the backfield on 2nd down. And Rivera gets the carry, and he is blown up. Big tackle there in the backfield. And making the play is Jazario McDonald from East High. A great East team who fell short in the Class A2 finals. And last timeout of the half called here by the West All-Stars to conserve their final 60 seconds here, facing a 3rd down, trying to get on the board as we take a look at our great sponsors here once again for the Eddie Meath All-Star Game, and thank you to all of them for helping make this game possible here tonight. But yeah, going back to McDonald, made that play for East. That East team was undefeated in the regular season and made it all the way to the sectional finals before falling to Canandaigua, who has just been an absolute juggernaut here in Section 5 over the last number of years, and they captured their 4th consecutive sectional championship in that game, beating East for the 3rd time out of those 4 games, as East still trying to break through in that sectional championship round. 3rd and long. Whitney in the gun, under pressure, rolling to his right, able to escape and turn the corner, throws it up towards the end zone, and it is nearly caught, but out of the back of the end zone and incomplete. An unbelievable effort by Christopher Jean, who took a hard fall there. The star for the University Prep Griffins, who's been a force already in this game, a little shaken up, and of course don't want to see anybody banged up in an all-star game like this. Many of these players multi-sport athletes.
When his pass intended, Juan Rivera is incomplete as the catch is made out of bounds.
And Jean, it looked like, landed on that track portion of this field here at Fauver Stadium, and
There's a 4th and 12.
came up a little gimpy, but he was able to get to the sidelines under his own power, so that is certainly good to see. Another opportunity here for the Letsaw combination on the field goal attempt. It will be Storrs. We'll try and boot it through. The kick is up, and this one is good. So first points of the game on the board for the West All-Stars, and it's Emmett Storrs from Warsaw, thanks to a good hold from his teammate Chris Shearing of Letchworth. Those programs combined alongside Perry to form the Letsaw-Perry team. And so a 7-3 game now. East on top of West as final 43 seconds of this first half will play out. We'll see how aggressive the East All-Stars choose to be. We hope Jean is okay after being shaken up there. I mentioned already a couple times the Class AA Offensive Player of the Year, and he's back up on his feet on the sidelines roaming around, so he appears to be okay. So 43 seconds left in this half, and you see Jean in the huddle there. So if he's standing in the huddle, I got to believe he's okay, and he's going to head out to play on the kick team here. Well, that's certainly one way to tell us that there's no ill effects from taking that hit there. Getting ready to boot this one away will be Andrew Pocock, the kicker from Leroy, getting his first action of the game. Leroy program that enjoyed one of their best seasons over the last couple of years, a #1 seed in Class C. Pocock kicks it away, and it will be a short kick that will be fielded here, and getting bottled up on the return is Daniels. And so with 40 seconds left, we'll see the East All-Stars offense one more time, and it is an all-star game after all. They have 2 timeouts. No reason not to be aggressive here and see what you can get done in these final 40 seconds.
To the 27-yard line, the West All-Stars take over first and 10 with even 40 seconds.
Let's see if it is Pagano who comes in at quarterback once again. We've seen him handling the quarterback duties for the most part the last couple of drives, but it looks like the East All-Stars not taking my advice to live it up and have a little fun in this All-Star game. They're going to take a knee and take us in to the halftime locker room, as it looks like the game clock's going to be separated by the play clock by just enough time. These teams will turn towards their sidelines as the final seconds tick away, and that will likely do it here in the first half of the 2022 Eddie Meath All-Star game. It's the East All-Stars 7, the West All-Stars 3. As the officials are just trying to make sure that this clock's going to hit 0, and with confirmation now, the West All-Stars will head off as well. 7-3, East on top of West as we head into the halftime, and we have a great performance upcoming from the cheerleaders, but I will step aside and take a break here for the halftime. Thank you for joining us here tonight on the Section 5 Broadcast Network for this Eddie Meath All-Star game. Enjoy these all-star cheerleaders with their performance here at the half, and we'll be back in a few minutes for the second half and conclusion of this one on the Section 5 Broadcast Network.
For a special halftime performance, please welcome to the field your 2022 Section 5 All-Star Cheerleaders.
Sounds good.
You're watching the Section 5 Broadcast Network. Produced by Varsity Media.
Right, getting through. He's got some room. He's got to see him, and he's going to go 10-5 touchdown Dragons.
Great run. Great blocking up front by his offensive lineman.
Handoff once again. Here's Foot now finding his way into space. Does Canasteel Greenwood answer right back? And they do. 10-5 touchdown.
I mean, talk about an answer. They weren't down for long.
Get inside. Little delayed handoff. And breaking a tackle and busting away. He's going to go all the way. Caleb Felski this time. Touchdown Dragon.
What a nice looking play that was.
Puts one in motion and gives to Foot. Foot looking to get the outside. He's going to get the first down and more. Foot to the edge. 10-5 touchdown.
Okay, there's your gadget play for the day.
He takes it himself. Moves left. Running behind his big blocker, Mark, getting toward the goal line.
There is no doubt.
And a signal for a touchdown.
Wow.
And into space, here's Totten. Totten's going to go all the way. Totten 20, 15, 10, 5 touchdown.
Wow, what a momentum twist right there.
Once again, finds a hole through the left side. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Pembroke. Totten, marking orders, takes the snap, looks to churn through the middle. And he's got a lot of room as he bounces left and takes it all the way for the touchdown.
That's just a fantastic run by Totten.
The clock's going to tick away. We're still seconds here as it's going to go away. But your champion, Section 5, in 8-man football, the Pembroke Dragons.
Noah Courier through a hole into the secondary and into the end zone. Aggies on the board. Touchdown OAE. Half handoff to Townley. Blockers in front of him, the ball comes out. OAE on the recovery. Courier into the end zone. Another Aggies touchdown. Woods looking deep down the field. Into coverage, a jump ball. And it's picked off. Kyle Porter with the interception. And a loss on the play there for Hyde. And he goes to the air. Down the field. Open man. And it's complete. Kyle Porter, what an afternoon for this young man. So running wide into the end zone for the touchdown is Connor Scott. Courier to the outside for the touchdown. OAE leading 27-0. 10:26 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Tonight they entered the day plus 430, outscoring their opponents, and it's guys like Courier making another big play here that have been a big reason why. And
Hyde into the end zone, easy does it for the OAE touchdown. The final seconds tick off the clock. The Oakfield, Alabama Elba Aggies remain Class D champions. Their second straight title, 35-7 over the rival Alexander Trojans. Goes back to pass, under pressure and drop. The Attica defense comes up with a big sack. But now it's Daniels into the secondary. Down the field, inside the 10. Touchdown Bombers! And off Daniels, ball came out. Who's got it? Attica thinks they do. And they do! The Blue Devils create a huge turnover. Fresh set for the Blue Devils. Thomas takes the handoff, running wide. Blockers in front of him, cuts it upfield. Still on his feet. Inside the 5, Landon Thomas. Man in motion. Takes the snap, flips it to Thomas. Crossing the goal line for the touchdown. Attica breaks through. Blue Devils on the board. It's now 8-6. Allen looking to throw, complete. 2-point conversion is successful. They have left the offense on the field, and Daniels now running wide out of the Wildcat, and he's stopped. Case Hill. Allen hands it off to Thomas into the end zone. Attica has taken the lead with 8:12 remaining in the fourth quarter. And here's the flip to Streslick. Through the middle for the 2-point conversion. So many years, so many teams, so many missed opportunities, all forgotten here tonight as the Attica Blue Devils have reached the mountaintop. The final seconds tick off the clock. Attica is your Class C champion. Is Arroyo. Farland's back to throw. Going deep. Has a man. Touchdown Batavia. Javen McFarland's to Cole Grazio Plain. 40 yards for the score. Moses back to throw. Looking down the field, and it's picked off. Threw it directly to Javen McFarland, who's now down the sideline inside the 25. Farland's back to throw. Going deep. Arroyo jumps up to make the catch. Moses looking to throw, going deep on 4th and short, and it's caught for the touchdown. Landon McKnight from Kaya Moses. A 25-yard strike. McFarland's going deep down the field, and fighting back to make the reception is Cole Grazio Plain. What a catch! McFarland's rolling out down the field, and it's complete. McFarland's looking down the field, and it's complete! A diving Carter McFarland-Kramer. McFarland's rolling out, looking deep for the ball game. Up in the air, and it's caught! Vincent Arroyo on the deflection! Batavia with 1 second remaining! Pandemonium here at SUNY Brockport! The Red Jackets dejected, the Blue Devils joyful, the Blue Zoo going crazy! This place is electric! The Blue Devils walk away with a back-to-back championship run once again here in 2022. Brockton takes it through a hole and into the secondary across midfield. Ty-Sheet Crockton inside the 20, the 10, touchdown Canandaigua. William A. out of the shotgun, hands it to Crockton, leaping over defenders into the secondary across midfield and brought down at the East 42-yard line. Hands it to Crockton, looking for room on the edge, cuts it upfield across the 30. Across the 40, across midfield, Ty-Sheet Crockton on the run inside the 20, the 10, touchdown Canandaigua. The man in motion is Diaz. They flip it to him, looking for the edge. He finds it up the sideline, goes Anthony Diaz inside the 30. Gain of 1 on first down for East. Now Jackson rolling out a bootleg, takes it himself, looking for the edge, finds it. Touchdown Eagles. Just what the doctor ordered. Brockton into the end zone. Touchdown Canandaigua. For 2nd and 15, And Ty-Sheet Crockton. The 10, the 5. Touchdown Braves. I'm running out of superlatives for this Braves athlete, Ty-Sheet Crockton. We'll go with showstopper. The red wave continues. The Braves have won their 4th straight sectional championship. A dynasty, to say the least, here in Class A. Pressure created there as a deep ball is completed. Pagano finds Gavin Horton for the long gain. Handoff goes to Giuliano, probing for room, finds it, crashing across the goal line for the touchdown. Pass of Pagano. And this one's picked off. Broadnax, the tipping pick. And a huge takeaway created by this Cadets defense. Once again, handed to Lowry into the end zone for the Cadets touchdown. Turn around, reverse to Lowry, blockers in front of him. Into the secondary, first down and more. Robert Lowry across the 30, pulling tacklers with him, and eventually brought down at about the 20-yard line. Handoff to Broadnax through the line of scrimmage into the end zone for the Cadets touchdown. Thorpe under center. Turns around, hands it to Broadnax through the line, across the goal line. Touchdown Hilton. And coach, that very well could be the dagger. Dono with the empty set, and he drops the snap, tackled in the end zone. That's a safety. And there is the dagger. It appears as if it will be a victory, and Robert Lowry into the secondary, inside the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Hill.
And hello, everyone, and welcome back for the second half kickoff of the Eddie Meath All-Star Game here at Fauver Stadium at the University of Rochester. It's a 7-3 game at the break, and Cam Mesh is chopped down there on the kickoff return. Good tackle made there on special teams. And I believe that's Evan Brock who got in there to make the stop.
Those All-Stars will start this opening drive the second half at their own 21-yard line.
So it'll be a first down and 10 here for the West All-Stars, and we'll see what the new offense here looks like in the third quarter. We've had a different quarterback in every quarter, and it looks like Noah Hill, who I mistakenly thought was out there earlier, as we have multiple quarterbacks wearing number 2. All three quarterbacks we've seen so far have worn number 2 in this game for this West All-Stars team, but Hill will flip it to his teammate Darius Poles, trying to turn the corner, and he is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive effort there from the East All-Stars as it's take a look at Darius Poles on the sideline, and these U-Prep players have been heavily featured in this offense already. We saw Hill briefly in the first half. He came in and played a little wide receiver, and he fumbled on a jet sweep play. But back at his natural position of quarterback now. And he'll look to throw here on second down. Throws to the outside, and it is caught as he hits his receiver, Chris Kulke from Greece Arcadia. He's out there to make the catch, and it's going to be a third down. Hill in the pistol, looks left, throws left, misses Mesh, his intended receiver, as he put it a little too far to the outside, and it's going to be another punting situation here for the West All-Stars on the miscommunication there from Hill and Mesh. So punt team comes out, and Juan Rivera is going to boot it away, and Torrance Washington, ever dangerous return man, standing back at the 45. Rivera going to keep it away from Washington. A very, very short kick that will roll down to the 50. Washington faked like he was going to pick it up, but lets it roll, and it'll be down there by Brock Osborne. And we'll see this East offense here for the first time in this second half. They're working with a 7-3 lead. It was Torrance Washington who threw the touchdown that gave his team the lead. He hit Nolan Slika, wide receiver from Waterloo. So it's Webster Schrader to Waterloo for our only touchdown of this game so far. And we take a look at the new offense here, and Amari Young in the backfield for the first time, and that throw from Brady Robinson, the new quarterback from Victor, is going to fall incomplete. So first time we've seen Robinson and Young. Robinson from Victor, who fell in the sectional semifinals to eventual champions McQuaid. And Young from that great East team in the backfield next to him. He had an excellent season out of the backfield for that East team that made it all the way to the sectional finals. We'll see Young here with his first carry of the game, bulldozing his way forward and picking up about 3. It's going to be third down and 7.
Pick up 3 on the play. It'll be third down and 7.
All-Star cheerleaders keeping the crowd engaged here, as well as not just all-star football players, all-star cheerleaders here as well for this Eddie Meath all-star game. It's 3rd down and 7. Snap rolls back to Robinson. He has to scoop it up, makes a man miss, and now he's going to be on the run. Robinson scrambling, breaks a tackle, and he picks up a 1st down. Brady Robinson with a little bit of juice there, making a play to pick up that 3rd down conversion. Take a look at this one. He had to scoop it off the turf, made a man miss, and was able to scoot his way out there, breaking one more tackle on his way. That was Rivera, and picking up the 1st down. Robinson will look to throw. Hit as he throws, down the sideline, and incomplete. Affected on that throw, I believe it was Jaden Farrell coming around the corner, and that's certainly going to affect any throw if that guy's bearing in on you. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. Robinson in the gun. He's going to hand it to Young, bursting up the middle and picking up about 6 yards to bring up a 3rd down and 4. Ari Young, well over 1,000 yards this season, and one of the leading touchdown scorers on that East team as well. That East offense explosive all year long. Some movement at the line of scrimmage, and flags will fly. It looked like a couple of players at the line of scrimmage may have jumped off sides. And that will be the call. So march off a few yards here. And it will be a new set of downs for the East All-Stars.
East All-Stars on that 1st down at the West All-Stars 22-yard line.
1st down and 10. Young trying to get by Farrell, who drags him down, but another nice gain there from Amari Young. So we see a slew of changes for these two teams. Farrell jogging off the field, much to the relief of this East offense. Always makes your life a little easier when the Class B Defensive Player of the Year is on the sideline. Robinson wants it all, thrown to the end zone. Incomplete. Threw it up there to the back corner and just couldn't be reeled in on that one. Take a look at this one more time. Robinson uncorked a pretty good ball down the sideline, and good coverage in there from Osborne. Falls incomplete. 3rd down. Amari Young with the carry. He is stacked up. Great open field tackle by Juan Rivera. As maybe the lesser heralded member of this Monroe duo up front, Rivera, but he certainly was one of the leaders on that defensive unit as well, and he makes his mark there to force 4th down. It looks like this East All-Stars team trying to decide what they're going to opt to do, and they will send out the field goal team. So here is Alec Reynolds from Wayne. Pretty long kick here for Reynolds. And it's blocked. It's blocked in there. Firing up the middle was Rajon Yomis from University Prep. He blocks the kick, and the defensive units on special teams today have been just firing in there to block all these. The blocking up front has maybe not been as proficient as these coaches would like, and what a play by Rajon Yomis. Another one of those University Prep standouts.
West All-Stars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And his blocked field goal will set up his teammate, Noah Hill, to jog back onto the field to handle the offense. Hill is going to hand it off to Mesh, who is met in the backfield. And, boy, the defenses in this game are just dominating right now, as in there to make that stop was Brandon Scott from Rush Henrietta. In there with the initial hit was Jazario McDonald from East. Excuse me, that was Jamar Harvey from Webster Thomas that was in there on the initial hit. As I mentioned, all these teams, all these players wearing their team's uniforms, so duplicate numbers all over the field tonight. As a flag flies right at the snap. It was 2nd down and 13. We'll see what the marker is going to be. Got to believe it was a false start. It was an offside, so 5 free yards here for the West All-Stars. It'll be 2nd down and 8 now, instead of 2nd down and 13. So make up that lost yardage after that great defensive play. Hill drops back to throw. He has Poles, his teammate, looking to work up field, but great open field tackle made. As I believe that is Braden McConville from Victor.
Flag on the play.
Poles bottled up, but there is a flag at the end of this one, and they're pointing in the direction of the defense. And it's going to be a face mask called against the East All-Stars, so the 5-yard variety of the face mask call there, but it will be enough for a first down. And once again, whistles blow right at the snap, and a flag will fly as Poles tried to get a quick start there on the bottom of your screen, and he's going to be whistled for the false start. And in coverage on Poles, I believe that is Marcus Moore from East. He's the one who made that tackle and then was called for the face mask. Another one of those members of that great East team. Hill in the pistol. Drops back to throw. Over the middle has Gene, who makes the catch. It's turned into the University Prep Show for the West All-Stars, as Hill to Gene is going to be enough for a first down out to midfield. Take a look at this one more time. Hill standing in there, got a good block from Mesh and hitting his star teammate, Gene, who clearly no ill effects from that hit he took earlier. He was slow to get up. Mesh up the middle. Modest gain of about 5, but these University Prep players showing out here tonight. Hill, Poles. We saw the blocked field goal that started this drive from Yomas. And Mesh, his uniform looks a lot like these University Prep players. He fits right in out there with those guys. And Mesh will stand behind Hill now in the pistol. Hill looking deep down the sideline, looking for Poles, double coverage, and it's broken up. Good coverage out there to break that one up, and it was nearly intercepted on the deflection.
That's intended for Darius Poles is incomplete.
Take a look at this one more time, and Hill, since he's come in, certainly has known where his University Prep teammates have been. But a great effort there to break that one up by the East All-Stars defense. So it's 3rd down and 5. Hill's in the pistol. Gene and Poles to his left, his teammates. He's going to drop back. He's going to look right, throws, and too far for his intended target on that one, as that is Greece Athena's Matt Ranalata. He was the Class A2 Defensive Player of the Year. Also plays some wide receiver. And incomplete for Ranalata, and 4th down and 5, and offense staying on the field for the West All-Stars. I love the aggressiveness. Let's see if it pays off. Hill looking, throwing, this time able to link up with Ranalata, and he's got enough to move the chains. So the Class A2 Defensive Player of the Year making his mark offensively in this game. The Greece Athena wide receiver as well as defensive back.
The 9-yard completion, good for West All-Stars, first down.
An Athena team that was very competitive throughout the course of the season, A2. So new set of downs here. Hill in the gun. It's going to be a handoff and looking deep down the sideline and falls incomplete. It was Menzenzal, the wide receiver, who let it loose, is just missed Ranalata. We almost had our second wide receiver touchdown pass of the game. This one was run much more legally than the one by Washington, as it was an actual handoff this time. But like we said, all-star game, we're going to ignore that double pass that we saw earlier that led to the only touchdown of the game, although if this score holds up, the West All-Stars are going to have quite a grievance here. 2nd down and 10. Hill in the gun. Going to run the option play and give it to Mesh, who bursts up the middle. And Cam Mesh runs for a 1st down. And once again, the West All-Stars starting to get moving deep into opposing territory, but they still haven't been able to cash in with a touchdown. They're approaching their 3rd red zone trip of the game. They only have 3 points to show for it, as this East defense, the living mentality of bend, don't break here tonight. Hill in the pistol. He gives to Mesh. Mesh maneuvers his way forward. It's another 5 yards for Cam Mesh. The Spencerport running back.
Mesh, the ball carrier.
He's been a frequent ball carrier here tonight for this West All-Stars team, who, of these two rosters, lost a lot more players due to the teams making deep runs in sectional play without the services of Hilton, Batavia, OAE, and Pembroke players. Thrown to the outside, Ranalata makes the catch, spins forward. It's another 1st down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for the West All-Stars. Attica players also would have been on this West All-Stars team, but also unavailable, so a little less deep of a bench for this West All-Stars team offensively, as they're missing a lot of weapons from those great sectional championship winning offenses. Hill is going to keep it, and Noah Hill turns the corner, and he's into the end zone with a flag. As of right now, it's a touchdown for the West All-Stars, but we'll have to check on the marker. Noah Hill, very upset to see that yellow flag fly as he turned around to celebrate. It is going to be a hold. And so this touchdown run wiped off the board. It was a great decision by Hill to pull that out. The holding comes right in the middle of that pile, and I mean, just well away from the play. You'd like to see the officials keep the flag in the pocket here in an all-star setting, but nonetheless, it's a 10-yard spot foul, so the 1st and goal will now take place from the 15 for this West All-Stars team. Hill in the pistol once again with Mesh behind him. Drops back to throw. He's going to scramble out of there under pressure, trying to turn the corner. And now he's going to look to run, able to scamper out to about the 10. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. Noah Hill trying to lead this West All-Stars team to their 1st touchdown drive of the day. 3 red zone trips, counting this one. Can they finally find the end zone? Hill and Mesh remain in the backfield here on 2nd and goal. He's going to fake the mesh, throw to the outside to his teammate, Christopher Jean, with a couple blockers in front. Jean searching for the goal line. Touchdown! West All-Stars. It's the University Prep connection. Noah Hill to Christopher Jean. And the West All-Stars are on the board here late in the 3rd quarter.
Complete to you from Christopher Jean for a West All-Star touchdown.
At long last, the West All-Stars find the end zone, and they take the lead 9-7 with an extra point try upcoming. And once again, a little bit of miscommunication getting out there, but the Class AA Offensive Player of the Year, who else to put the first touchdown on the board for this West All-Stars team? Christopher Jean does his magic. Extra point is up and good. And it's a 10-7 West All-Stars lead now. So the Class AA Offensive Player of the Year has got a touchdown. The Class A1 Offensive Player of the Year has got a touchdown on the other side. And we take a look at this one. Hill to Jean. Great blocks on the outside by Poles and Menzendahl. And Jean does the rest. Good patience to let those blockers work downfield and maneuver his way in. And got to give a shout out to Tyler Menzendahl from Churchville Chili. He's been excellent downfield blocking tonight from his wide receiver spot. So the West All-Stars on top for the first time tonight with 2:19 left in the 3rd, and we'll see how this East All-Stars team can respond here. Their offense has gone dormant since that wide receiver pass for a touchdown in the 1st quarter. Striding out to boot this one away will be Emmett Storrs from Warsaw. As he tees it up. Called his name frequently tonight. The kickers and punters have been active throughout the course of this game. I've seen a number of field goal tries. I've seen more field goal tries in this game tonight than I think I have all high school football season and all the games I've combined been on the call for this year. But nonetheless, that kick is plucked out of the air and returned upfield to call it the 29. Well, they're going to give forward progress out to the 32. Now they're going to walk it back. It's the 29-yard line is where this drive is going to start for the East All-Stars.
Souls kick returned by Russian Evan Brock.
It was Brock on the return for Rush Henrietta. He's been frequent ball carrier tonight as well.
To the 28-yard line, the East All-Stars will take over 1st and 10 with 2:12.
So it'll be Robinson who remains in the game at quarterback. The Victor Sr. in the gun drops back, looks to his right, and throws low, and it is reeled in there. Nice diving effort made. That's Bobby Cameron from Fairport.
Victor's Marie Robinson's pass complete to Fairport's Bobby Cameron.
It'll be a modest gain there. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Robinson in the gun. He'll fake the handoff and roll to his left. Stops, works upfield, and is dragged down. Big play made there defensively by big number 55 from Greece Athena, Tommy Hogan. The offensive lineman and nose tackle getting in there to make a play. Tackle Robinson, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. As this defensive battle here tonight continues. Will that Christopher Jean touchdown prove to be the difference in this one? Clock rolls under the final minute of play in this 3rd quarter. Robinson pumps, wants to go down the sideline, but he's under pressure and he's on the run. Robinson trying to elude defenders and works his way up towards the middle of the field to the 35-yard line, but he is well short of the line to gain. It's going to be 4th down, and decision time now for the East All-Stars. Will the offense stay on the field here on 4th down? I think you should go for every 4th down in an All-Star game. That's my opinion up here in the booth, but we'll see what they opt to go with. The offense on the field here. Play clock, about 6-second difference to the game clock, so they will have to run a play. Robinson on 4th down, throws. He's got Cameron. He makes the catch, and they're going to move the chains. It's a 1st down for the East All-Stars, and I love that they stayed the offense on the field on 4th down. Clock will stop as they reset the chains, but that may be the final play of this 3rd quarter, and it will be just that. So Christopher Jean from Noah Hill to give the West All-Stars the lead as we head to the 4th quarter, but the East All-Stars are driving. Don't go anywhere. 4th quarter coming up on the Section 5 Broadcast Network.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
Looking for a great way to commemorate this season's sectionals? Section 5 Athletics is excited to work with Muggs & More to offer a variety of apparel options for each sport and each season. Items include graphics specifically developed to feature the sport and year, including items such as hoodies, hats, pants, and more. Apparel for each season is available for a limited time, so don't miss your chance. Visit section5.org/mugsandmore to see the many options and place your order today.
Welcome back here to Fauver Stadium at the University of Rochester. A big 4th down conversion there, and it's another end around. Torrance Washington looking to throw once again. He launches it downfield into quadruple coverage, and it falls incomplete. Torrance Washington living by my motto up here in the booth tonight for this game. Let it rip, and he did on that 1st down trick play there, trying to get his 2nd completion of the game, but it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So we'll take a look at this one once again. It's the double reverse. This time it was legal for Washington to throw the ball, so I appreciate the East coaching staff for cleaning that up. But it falls incomplete. And for those of you with us here tonight watching the game, for $20 you can download this game and keep it for afterwards, so you can keep the memories of this contest to watch back with your players or watch back with members of your family unable to watch it tonight. You can watch Torrance Washington make people miss in the open field like he has all year long. Another nice catch there. But yeah, $20 to download this game and keep it in the archive here on the Section 5 Broadcast Network and watch it anytime you'd like. So we take a look at this 2nd down play, and Robinson giving it to Washington, and you can see what Washington can do in space. He's got about 6 defenders surrounding him, and he ends the play standing on his feet until he gets barreled down there. So the elusiveness of Torrance Washington on full display there. It's a 3rd down and 1. As the East All-Stars trying to rally here and take the lead back. It's Brock playing this Wildcat quarterback again. Sends Washington in motion, bursts up the middle, and powers forward for a strong gain there, and he's going to have enough to move the chains. It's a 1st down for this East All-Stars team. And Torrance Washington is integral to this East All-Stars offense as he was to Webster Schrader's here tonight, as he has been a focal point throughout. And why not when you have the Class A1 Offensive Player of the Year on your team? Get him involved as much as you can. It's the Wildcat once again with Brock sending Washington in motion. He fakes the handoff and powers forward, and he is bottled up. Ball may have come loose at the end. The West All-Stars think they have it, and they do. Brock puts the football on the ground. The West All-Stars defense forces another turnover. And let's take a look at the replay. Jack Tonzi from Leroy was fired up coming to the sideline. As we take a look at this one more time, Farrell got the initial hit in there, and knocking that ball loose was Tanzi. The linebacker from Leroy coming up to knock the ball out of the hands of Brock, and it was recovered. I believe coming up with the football was Ben Kingsley from Aquinas. So another turnover forced by this West All-Stars defense. And Tanzi from that great Leroy team making his mark felt in this game. So now we'll see this West All-Stars offense once again, which has been rolling with Noah Hill at quarterback, and he remains in the game as we start this fourth quarter, just a minute in. Hill will drop back to throw, looks to his right and completes. Short gain on that one is
Noah Hill's pass complete to Wilson. Back is Jalen Hardiman.
That was Jalen Hardiman from Wilson. First time we've called his name tonight, getting in on the action.
It'll bring up second down.
It'll be a 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3. Hill in the gun. He's going to hand it to his teammate and running back Christopher Jean, who runs off a nice carry for another first down. As Christopher Jean, more and more as the game has progressed, has looked like the best offensive player on the field, and his season that he put together this year would tell you that that's probably just about right. Electrifying all year long was his U-Prep offense, but if you can believe this, they were shut out in their sectional semifinal loss, which if you watch this game tonight, you would be sat here wondering how that's possible with all the playmakers that we've seen have an impact in this game already for that Griffins team. Two of them in the backfield again. It's Hill, who's going to take the snap, and flag flies. I think they're going to blow this dead. There was some movement at the line of scrimmage, and it is a false start. Hill was almost left out to dry there by these officials who didn't blow it dead immediately. And this West All-Stars, or excuse me, the East All-Stars defensive front was ready to come after him. It is a false start, so 5-yard penalty will back him up. It's 1st down and 15. Terrell Richards from Aquinas also out there now at wide receiver for the West All-Stars. These coaching staffs continue to rotate guys around. Jean bursts ahead for a gain of about 3. So it'll be 2nd down and 12. This West All-Stars team trying to grind out this drive here, grind out these final few minutes. Obviously, these teams not able to put a ton of different looks into their offensive playbooks with the short amount of practice time they've had together. Hill on 2nd down, steps up, throws downfield, and it's knocked away. A diving effort made in the secondary.
Hill's pass intended.
And a good play to knock that away, and I believe that is McConville, the Victor defensive back, who knocked that one away and nearly intercepted it. Had it in his hands. And you see him fall to the ground, and there's 2 number 7s out there in the secondary, so doing our best to identify those guys. As the East All-Stars on the roster tonight have 5 number 7s. Nobody wearing number 5. I would have loved if one of those guys would have switched numbers at least for this occasion. Would have made my life up here a lot easier. A timeout's going to be called by the West All-Stars, so the clock will stop here with about 9 minutes left, and we'll take a quick break here on the Section 5 Broadcast Network.
Looking for a great way to commemorate this season's sectionals? Section 5 Athletics is excited to work with Mugs & More to offer a variety of apparel options for each sport and each season. Items include graphics specifically developed to feature the sport and year, including items such as hoodies, hats, pants, and more. Apparel for each season is available for a limited time, so don't miss your chance. Visit section5.org/mugsandmore to see the many options and place your order today.
And welcome back here to the Eddie Meath All-Star Game as you take a look at our All-Star cheerleaders down there on the sidelines in this game here. And one more time, I want to tell you about New York State Elite Athletic Showcase. Dave Moran, the Wayne head coach, is the director. Players can register up until the showcase, and even at the door, over 20 college coaches already confirmed to attend. 2 hours of on-field evaluation. And you can sign up today right up until the event. So, New York State Elite Athletics Showcase. Make sure you stay locked onto that. Many of these great athletes, I'm sure, may be appearing at that event. And on third down, it'll be thrown and it'll be caught. Working up the sideline for a big gain. That is Terrell Richards from Aquinas. It's going to be a first down for the West All-Stars, who are knocking on the door once again.
Push out of bounds by Waterloo's Julian Pearson.
Take a look at this one more time. Nice pitch and catch, and great move up the sideline there for the first down.
23-yard completion for West All-Stars. First down.
So first down here for the West All-Stars. It's going to be handed up the middle. Gene dragging defenders with him. And it's going to be a 4-yard gain for the West All-Stars. Knocking on the door, trying to put their second touchdown in and take a commanding lead in this low-scoring affair here at the 2022 Eddie Meath All-Star Game. Clinging to a 10-7 advantage right now. The difference, Christopher Jean's touchdown and Emmett Store's field goal for these 10 points on the board. Hill looks, throws, it is caught. Making the play there is Jalen Hardiman. The Wilson wide receivers had a couple of grabs on this drive, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Take a look at this one again, and Noah Hill has been excellent since he's come into the game to handle the quarterbacking duties for this West All-Stars team. This offense has come to life with him under center. 3rd and short. Hill will give to Gene, makes a man miss in the backfield, trying to get to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be just short. Good push up front by this East All-Stars defense. And it's going to be 4th and 1. Got to believe offense is staying on the field. They will do just that. Mesh will come into the game at running back. A little bit bigger than Gene. Hill in the gun. Hill will keep it, try to maneuver forward, and he is stuffed. Once again, this defensive front coming alive, and it's big number 55, Jamar Harvey from Webster Thomas, who makes the play in the backfield. As you can see on the helmet there, all these players with decals from a number of different schools from their teammates tonight. Just making my life even more difficult trying to identify them, but that is Harvey who made the stop there. And it's a turnover on down, so now the East All-Stars with a bit of life here, down 3. They come up with the stop. We're just under 7 minutes left. Can they put together a game-winning drive here potentially? On first down, it'll be a throw. Robinson throws to the outside to Daniels, who is wrapped up. Good open field tackle made there. And they're on the stop. Ben Kingsley for Aquinas. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Robinson throws. He's got Washington. Plucks it out of the air. Incomplete. Torrance Washington just beyond the line to gain. It'll be a first down. Quick little line. Go to the East All-Stars as Torrance Washington continuing to be fed the football in this game. The quarterback who probably threw to him the least was his teammate Drew Pagano. First down. Robinson wants it all down the sideline, and it is caught. What a catch. Down the sideline, it's Nolan Swyka from Waterloo, who's been the MVP of the game probably to this point for this East All-Stars team. He had the touchdown earlier, and he hauls in another long catch here. Take a look. Robinson, two-step drop, made no doubt about where he was going with the ball, and what a catch by Swyka, who has put his name on the map here tonight, the Waterloo receiver, and bursting ahead with a big run there. It is Daniels, the ERG senior running back, who is an absolute force for the Bombers down the stretch of the season with his best run of the game, and it's another first down for the East All-Stars.
Organized Mike Daniels on the carry. The East All-Star first down.
Robinson has to pick the snap off the ground, hands it to Daniels, who is wrapped up in the backfield.
No gain on the play. It'll be second and 10.
Seth Tape from Arcadia able to make the stop there. So it's going to be a second down and about 9. As the All-Star cheerleaders once again keeping the fans engaged. A really nice crowd here tonight on hand for this 2022 edition of the Eddie Meath All-Star Game. Robinson, a late decision to let that one loose, and finds his man once again. There to reel it in is Swyka, ever reliable out there tonight. You know, Waterloo, maybe not a team that you heard a lot about this year. Maybe Swyka, a guy that wasn't maybe one of the most prominent names throughout Section 5 this year, but boy, he certainly has proven what he's capable of here tonight. He has been a star on this field full of them tonight. Third down, Robinson. Good protection. Going deep towards the end zone. It is caught. It's Torrance Washington. Torrance Washington, the star wide receiver of the Webster Schrader Warriors, gives the East All-Stars the lead back, his second touchdown of the game. First, he threw one. This time, doing what he does best, going up and making plays on the football. As he is putting on a show here tonight, the Class A1 Offensive Player of the Year has been electrifying as ever. And he snares that one out of the air with 4:44 left to give his team the lead. Let's take a look at this one more time. Robinson, once again, just lofting it up there. And, I mean, what can you say about Torrance Washington? You know, I said it right near the top of the broadcast. Maybe the best receiver in all of Section 5, and putting on a show here tonight. Washington and Swyka, the dynamic duo out there at wide receiver for this East All-Stars team, making plays all over the field as they account for a majority of the yardage on that drive to give this team the lead back. So it may be low scoring here at Eddie Meath All-Star Game 2022, but we got a heck of a finish as these teams going back and forth now as Gene and Washington, the respective offensive players of the year of their classifications, trade touchdowns in the late stages of this one. Critical extra point is blocked. It's blocked, and it's going to have an opportunity to be returned, but it's going to be blown down. As much as we would have loved to see it returned, it is blown dead. Can't return the block PAT at the high school level, but Brock Osborne had a clear path to the end zone. He was taking it all the way back for 2 points if he was able to. But that block PAT leaves it at a 3-point game. Well, this touchdown, enough to give the East All-Stars the advantage. It's Robinson to Washington for 6. So we'll see how the West All-Stars respond. We've already seen West All-Stars can kick a field goal, so they're down 3. Potential to tie the game. They can put a field goal drive together. As we take a look at that field goal from earlier on in this game. Or excuse me, the block extra point there at the end just a couple of moments ago. Preston Whitmire for Brighton was in there handling the kicking duties, and it was blocked out, but an exciting finish here. And if you've enjoyed the broadcast here tonight, you can download it. $20 on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. Keep it forever. Watch it anytime you'd like. And what a game that you could keep to watch anytime you like. 13-10 heading down the stretch. And the West All-Stars are going to be getting the ball back, trying to push ahead once again. It's Reynolds, the Wayne kicker, out here to boot this one away after the touchdown. Heading towards the sideline. It's sitting there up for grabs, and the East All-Stars got it. What a play. Reynolds with the short kick. It was sitting there up for grabs and flying in there to make that recovery.
Wayne's Alex Reynolds' kick is recovered by the East All-Stars.
I believe that's Keegan Foote. It's an Edison Tech jersey, which unfortunately I don't have an Edison Tech player on the roster. But the other number 3 I have on the roster that's not Everett Brock is Keegan Foote for this East All-Stars team, the Canisteo Greenwood running back. But nonetheless, an unbelievable play. Reynolds left it up there. It's recovered. And now the East All-Stars are really in the driver's seat. Robinson hands it off on first down. And bowling ahead is C.J. Palmieri from Victor, the running back, getting in on the action. That Victor team that enjoyed an excellent season in Class AA. They certainly would like to get one over on their UPrep counterparts that are on the other side here tonight. It'll be second down. And all Victor backfield here as Robinson stands with Palmieri next to him. He'll hand it to Palmieri. Nice run there up inside the 5. And the East All-Stars are knocking on the door to the end zone once again. It'll be first and goal. And a chance to move ahead by 2 scores. And the East All-Stars letting this clock roll down here, working with the advantage. And we'll see if this Victor backfield in the game right now can punch it in. Robinson, Palmieri. Robinson will hand it off once again. Bowling forward and tackled right around the 2-yard line will be Palmieri. A reminder, all proceeds of tonight's game going to Golisano Children's Hospital at University of Rochester Medicine. You can make a donation anytime, but proceeds tonight all going out to Golisano Children's Hospital. Great cause for this great contest being put together here in Section 5. All the best players in senior classification and all of the best cheerleaders that are seniors here tonight to celebrate this Eddie Meath All-Star Game 2022. And the play clock is going to roll down as Robinson walks towards the sideline. A timeout called here by the East All-Stars. So we will take a short break. 2:39 left. East on top. We'll be right back on the Section 5 Broadcast Network.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
Looking for a great way to commemorate this season's sectionals? Section 5 Athletics is excited to work with Muggs & More to offer a variety of apparel options for each sport and each season. Items include graphics specifically developed to feature the sport and year, including items such as hoodies, hats, pants, and more. Apparel for each season is available for a limited time, so don't miss your chance. Visit section5.org/Muggs & More to see the many options.
Welcome back, Fauver Stadium at University of Rochester, a beautiful night here, and the East All-Stars knocking on the door of the end zone. Palmieri reaching for the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, East All-Stars. It's C.J. Palmieri from Victor. And just like that, the East All-Stars take the lead. And boy, maybe these teams didn't have a lot of time to get their plays into the playbook, but the coordinated celebrations tonight have been awfully impressive, as they have certainly found time to rehearse those. Especially this East All-Stars team. They've been ready to go with the celebrations tonight as they push ahead 19-10 now. Plenty of reason to celebrate on that sideline as they have come from behind, trailing 10-7 early in this fourth quarter and taking a commanding lead here down the stretch. Alec Reynolds out to try the PAT. His counterpart Whitmire had it blocked last time out. See if Reynolds can get it through. It's a fake. It's a designed fake. Throw to the end zone. It's caught. Reaching all the way into the bag of tricks on that sideline. Andrew Parrish of Midlakes makes the catch in the back of the end zone. And a great throw. And I believe it was Connor Gorton from Marcus Whitman Bloomfield who threw that ball. As we take a look at Palmieri, you're reaching for the goal line for his first touchdown of the game. But man, the East All-Stars reaching all the way into the bag of tricks here. We've seen the wide receiver pass a couple of times. Now we got a fake extra point. As you see that celebration one more time. Great dance moves from Palmieri and Bobby Cameron from Fairport. And so the East All-Stars, just when we thought it was a 3-point game, we were going to be coming down the stretch, now they lead by 11, and we take a look at this fake field goal and a picture-perfect throw. And I believe that is Connor Gorton for Marcus Whitman Bloomfield. Designed fake, no doubt about it, and Parrish from Midlakes in the back of the end zone to haul it in. It's all working here tonight for the East All-Stars, up 11 now. End of the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and the West All-Stars are going to have to dig deep here to find a way to rally in this one now, trailing by 2 scores. Whitmire back to handle the kicking duties, and this one's up for grabs once again, and it's fielded by one of the big fellas, and the ball's on the ground. And I think the East All-Stars have it again. It was another short kickoff. It was picked up by John Alala from Arcadia. And the East All-Stars are right back on it. So back-to-back recoveries on kickoffs. Take a look at this. It was a short kick and trying to go up and make a play. Big fellas out here want to be involved too, but couldn't hang on to the football.
He's also to take over 1st and 10 at the West 30-yard line.
So a fumble on the kickoff, and that'll pretty much do it here. The East All-Stars are in victory formation. Clock will roll, and what a performance by the East All-Stars here down the stretch. They were down 10-7 early in this fourth quarter, and they storm back to take a 21-10 victory here. And one last reminder, folks, $20, you can download this game and keep it to watch whenever you'd like here on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. So if you want to watch this game back with one of your players who was out here on the field tonight, your kid who was on the field, you can do just that as Robinson takes a couple of knees. As we take a look, it was a 10-7 game when Robinson hit Washington, who made the acrobatic catch, although that's a mild catch for him from what we've seen this year, for the touchdown, and that pushed East ahead at that point, 13-10, and they recover a kickoff, and essentially an onside kick, I guess it would go in the books as, and Paul Mary was able to find the end zone shortly after that. So one more kneel down, and that will be all it takes here as the East All-Stars defeat the West All-Stars in the 2022 Eddie Meath All-Star Game. And what a performance by these seniors from all across Section 5 here tonight, putting their full talents on display one last time, and it was a pleasure to watch all these players throughout the course of the year, and they gave us a show here in what will be the final game for these seniors in their high school uniforms.
And that brings in tonight's All-Star Game, the final score.
21-10 is our final. East over the West. As all these players shaking hands, all these players, competitors throughout the year, teammates tonight.
I'd like to ask both All-Star teams, once you finish the congratulatory handshakes, please report
And we do
to your
have
respective hash
some
marks.
awards coming up here
Once you complete
to hand out here at the conclusion of this Eddie Meath All-Star Game as we take a look at C.J. Palmieri, who scored what would be the final touchdown, the nail in the coffin essentially, of the West All-Stars, the Victor running back powering ahead into the end zone. But the East All-Stars come away victorious 21-10 over the West All-Stars. So that will do it for us here. For all of us here with Varsity Media and the Section 5 Broadcast Network, thank you so much for joining us here tonight and throughout the course of the season. And for the final time, I am Mike Rose signing off here on the Section 5 Broadcast Network. Thank you for joining us. Stay with us for the presentation of the awards, and have a great evening.
Again, I'd like to ask both teams, once you're through the handshake line, please report to your respective hash marks for the award ceremony. Thank you.
We'll probably present West first since they lost, right?
Turkey! Turkey! Turkey system! Baby turkey!
All right, fans, it's time for the 2022 Section 5 Eddie Meath All-Star Game Awards presentation. Football fans, you're just seeing the Eddie Meath All-Star Game. Let's hear it for two outstanding football teams and for our All-Star cheerleaders. At this time, please direct your attention to midfield for our post-game awards presentation. Tonight's awards are being presented by Ken Hamill and Mike McGavis from the Eddie Meath All-Star Committee. And our awards are sponsored by New York State Elite Athletics. First are the Sportsmanship Awards. Those awards present to one member of each team who exhibited the greatest display of sportsmanship throughout tonight's game. First, for the West All-Stars, from York Pavilion, number 51, Maverick Coffee. And the Sportsmanship Award for the East All-Stars from East Rochester, Gananda, number 8, Jeremy Blanchard. And now for the Most Valuable Player Awards. These are presented to one member of each team who contributed the greatest to their team's success throughout tonight's game. First, the Most Valuable Player from the West All-Stars. From UPrep, number 7, Christopher Jean. And the Most Valuable Player from the victorious East All-Stars. From Webster Schrader, number 1, Torrance Washington. And one more round of applause for our Sportsmanship Award winners and Most Valuable Players. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Section 5 Football Committee, thanks for your support tonight and throughout the 2022 season. We express our sincere appreciation to the many businesses and industries that helped to make this season, the sectional championship games, the regional playoff games, a complete success. Thank you for your attendance here tonight and support of Section 5 football. For Section 5, my name is Dan Haslip. Please drive home safely. Have a great evening.